Welcome to Let's Start from the Very Beginning. I'm your host, Fidel, and today I'm with a very remarkable athlete. So we'll speak with him today. He'll tell us a little about himself, about his early beginnings, and some challenges he faced to get to this point. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I would like you to tell us a little about yourself, your name, what sport you do, and so on.
Yeah, my name is OKUOMOSE Benjamin. I do Taekwondo. I'm the national champion, Nigeria Taekwondo, heavyweight category plus 87 kg. I'm the former African silver medalist,
Okay.
and so I've traveled far and near, won a lot of medals. So I'm still striving to achieve a greater height.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you forgot to include your soldier too.
Yes, I'm a military personnel, not to take that out. I'm Lance Corporal Okomose Benjamin of the Nigerian Army.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So I would like to know what inspired you to start taekwondo.
I started from when I was watching Kung Fu movies while I was young. It's really funny. I met Coach Jude in Benovia. He was like, we have Taekwondo, not Kung Fu, you get. So Taekwondo is a little bit like Kung Fu. I was like, oh, okay, so long as it's fighting, let me try it. So that's how I started Taekwondo.
Okay. So can you remember your first experience stepping onto the mat?
Ah, it was really, really difficult. I had no much experience. I was fighting a better opponent as a then. I had to quit. I didn't even complete the fight. I was like, this is too much for me. The beating was too much. So I had to quit as a then. So it was not really funny. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So did you face any challenge in your early stages? What kept you going?
I faced a lot of challenge, especially, this is this part of the world we face the financial challenge mostly. The financial challenge was really there, and then my family they didn't really support me. They never expected me to start saying, "Oh, taekwondo." So it was shocking to them. So it was just me all around from the beginning. Yeah.
Okay. So who was your role model?
My role model, while I was coming up, I had this great athlete. His name is Kyo In from Korea. He's an heavyweight fighter too. He's a very good athlete. He's a champion, like world champion. Has attended the Olympics. So I used to see him on, TV, watch him on YouTube and all that. So I really love his side, his way of life, and his way of fighting. He's a wonderful player.
Okay, that's nice. So
Yeah.
at what point did you realize you could take taekwondo to another level?
Ah, yes. That was when I won the National Sport Festival. It was my first National Sport Festival. I won the gold medal, so I was like, oh, if I can conquer Nigeria, then I should try and conquer the world. So that was when I said, okay, let me take this higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your training environment like? Did you have access to equipment and coaches?
I had access to coaches, but equipment was just we had some equipment. We didn't have so a lot of equipment. A lot of equipment was not there. So we just have to make do with what we had. We improvised a lot of equipment too. So it was not really bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So let's say in high school and all, how were you able to balance your
So
studies with taekwondo?
it was not really difficult. After classes, my classes ended most time 2 p.m. So I'll go home, shower, and I'll come back by 4:30 p.m. for training. So it was not really difficult. But while I was in secondary school, I didn't really train that much. It was on and off because of classes and all that. Yeah.
Okay, so can you remember your what your first breakthrough or success was in taekwondo?
Yeah, I can remember. I can
Okay,
remember. That was when I was selected to the national team. I felt really good. Being in the national team is like a dream for most athletes. Like it's the starting point to the elite athlete stuff. So I was selected in the national team after a lot of trials. decamping, recamping again. So I finally made it to the national team. I got to wear the green, white, green, represent my great country. I really felt great that day.
Okay. Okay. So this question is just, you said it though, but I'll still ask. How did you feel the first time you represented Nigeria on the international stage?
Wow, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. I felt great. Felt great. I had the opportunity to compete with international athletes. You get, so that was like a dream come true for me. Yeah.
Okay. So what lessons did you learn from competing with top fighters all across the world?
Ah, I learned that conquering your country and being the best in your country makes you feel so big, and then when you go out there, you get to meet your match. You get to meet people that are of your standard, and a lot of people that are better than you. So I come to the realization that I need to train more. I need to work hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So taekwondo is a very demanding sport. Were
Yeah.
there times where you doubted yourself? Were there times where you doubted yourself?
Yeah, there were a lot of times where I doubted myself, a lot of time, especially when I met the Olympic champion as at one time, Olympic silver medalist. I was like, oh, I thought I was good. I thought I was a very, very great athlete, but when I met him, I was like, oh, this guy is better than me. So I doubted myself a lot, but I had to go back to the drawing board again and work harder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what sacrifices have you made to get to this point in your career?
I've sacrificed a lot. I've given a lot of especially my time. I've given this sport my time, 100% of my time, I must say. It's not really easy giving this sport your time, especially on the aspect of finance. You don't really get to have this money when you're coming up. The money is not there, but you just keep going because you know where you're going to. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what advice do you have for young athletes aspiring to become like you?
I want to just tell the young athletes that are coming up that the beginning, the money is not there. Don't get deceived by anybody. The money is not there. So, but where you're going to should just be the reason why you should keep going, because most times you're not going to have transport fare coming to training. You might not be able to pay club dues on time, buy a lot of equipment, personal training equipment for yourself. Sometimes you might not be able to get money to attend competitions, but you just have to hang in there, find a way, be strong, and I'm sure you make it. You have to be consistent in training. Consistency is the key. You just have to be available for training no matter what. Just come to training. The more you train, the better you get, and then one day, you get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So looking back, is there anything you think you would have done differently?
Uh, what I think I would have done differently. Uh, yeah, there are lots of things I think I should have done differently, especially on the aspect of my weight. I shouldn't have allowed myself to be this big. You get, but it's natural. So I just naturally became an heavyweight. I couldn't do anything about it. I wish I could do something about my weight category. Should fight a lower weight. Um, yeah, should have trained better than this. I don't know if that would have been possible, but I wish I trained better than this.
But you worked really hard.
I've worked really hard to be here, to be where I am today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you try any other sport apart from taekwondo?
No,
It
I
has
didn't
just been
try any other
taekwondo.
sports as much as I tried taekwondo. The least sports that I've tried that have come close, not even that close, just wrestling. I've tried wrestling.
Okay.
Wrestling is a great sport. A great sport. It's a very tough sport. So the wrestling helped me a lot during my career. At some point in my career, it was able to push me to higher limits. I thought I couldn't do some things, but with wrestling, I was able to do wonders. Because it's when you're tired, that's when the wrestling starts. So wrestling is a different martial art entirely. You need a lot of stamina, a lot of fitness. You need to be fit. Wrestling fitness is different from your normal fitness, so that really helped me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you travel for competitions, what's that one food you crave for the most?
When I travel for competitions outside Nigeria or
Outside
here?
Nigeria.
Outside Nigeria, I usually want to eat my normal swallow. At some point in time, I'll be like, come on, can I get swallow? And it's so difficult to get swallow outside there.
Mm.
So that's a major food I crave for.
Okay.
No matter.
So, is there any secret hobby you like to share with us
Secret hobby.
that you like to share?
Okay. Concerning my sports, secret hobby that helps my sports is watching video. I love watching taekwondo videos online. It's really, really enlightening. You know, the more videos you watch, the better you become. It has a way of teaching you things that you can't learn ordinarily training. Just sit down there, watch taekwondo fight videos. Yeah, it helps you to be acquainted with your opponents out there. You know, people you've not known before, but by the time you see them, you'll be like, ah, I've watched this guy's video, over 50 of his video. So whatever is going to bring you, you're already able to predict him. So watching video really helps a lot. It helps a lot. So that's my hobby.
Okay.
I watch taekwondo videos a lot.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
So, I would like you to just give us a little advice. A little advice. Then you add it.
Consistency. You can't take away consistency. You can never ever take away consistency from your sporting career. Any sport. Any sport. There's nothing like there was this thing that came up. I couldn't train today. I couldn't train now. 365 days. You should be able to train 330 days. You get train all day. You know, I was in South Korea for a training. Yes, a training tour. We trained on Sunday. I was like, what's their holy day in this country? What's that particular day that they don't train? I was just wondering, there is no day they don't train. They train morning, afternoon, and night. That's 3 times training. And here, we train just once. We hardly train twice. You see? So consistency, just keep training. Train in day, night, afternoon. Just keep training. Consistency is the key. Yeah. And you have to be respectful to your seniors. You know, you might be training in a club or with a particular coach. You have to respect your coach and give him all the respect he needs so that he can pour out his knowledge for you. Yeah, and your seniors too. If you don't respect them, they won't be able to teach you what you need to know. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Benjamin.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So nice to have you on the show.
Nice to have you too. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.